righteous people that we are have responsibilities. Over the last several years in ministry, I think we've laid aside that part, responsibility. We have an obligation, once saved by the grace of God, as we live before the world. We have many verses in the Bible that verify that, how you and I have obligation and responsibilities as we live our lives every day before the world. When a righteous person falls, when a righteous person walks away from God, it affects those around him or her, especially those who are lost, because they begin to have, they believe, a greater reason why not to be a Christian. And they use us that fall and walk away from God as the reason why they're not a Christian. Of course, that won't hold water on the day of judgment, but to them it's still a reason they use. I read today from Proverbs, the 25th chapter, in verse 26. This one verse speaks of our responsibility as a righteous person. A righteous man falling down before the wicked. A righteous man falling down before the wicked. And this happens quite often as we fall down before someone who's wicked. It says now is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt thing. This is what God is saying. A corrupt spring. Corrupt spring. This is what God is saying. How he describes us who are righteous, we fall down before someone that's wicked, is as a troubled fountain and a corrupt spring. That's how God describes it. We all know as being righteous people that we're not perfect. We never get there. We know in our best day, we still are failures in many ways. But we should always strive to live before the Lord first and then the public. Lives that would cause them to want to be a Christian. When you and I fell in that area of life, we cause people that are wicked again to have a so-called reason. See, I told you it didn't work. I told you it wouldn't work. And they just walk away, embraced our failure and our falling down. When you and I fall down, and we do fall down, the part they should see is how we get back up. I mentioned this last Sunday night, how you and I get back up. When they see us fall down, it's important they see how we get back up. And that's first of all saying, I have a confession before God. I confess my fault. I confess my failure. Let them see us getting right with God. Let them see us getting back up again, and let them see us not carrying the burden of failure. And having God's forgiveness for that, and God forgets that sin and casts that sin away, let them see us walk on in victory. Because when a righteous person falls down and we don't get back up and follow through with God in commitment, then it brings more damage to the wicked people, saying, I guess it doesn't work. I have fallen down before the wicked people in my life many times. Anyone that says they haven't, then they're not being truthful, I don't believe. At the same time, people can see us scripturally get back with God. Just get back with God. And they see us up and going again. And not having the devil to accuse us every day that we fell down 15 years ago. And he'll do that. you're not worth anything now. You had a great sin in your life 7 years ago. And I'm telling you, this is like a contagious thing among Christians today who have never got back up from falling down before the wicked. Never have. How many times can you and I get back up? There's no limits to it. I mean, every time, if you're sincere, not playing the game, every time we fall, with the help of God, we can get back up. And try our best not to fall again. But we will. What's going to happen next time we fall? Get back with God and get back up. Get back with God and get back up. Because the people who are wicked, if they see us fall down and never get back up, they don't really see the power of God in one's life. And we just say unto our Father, you can't help me now. I have fallen down. Falling down Christians, those who are righteous, affects the church, affects their own family, affects many things. But especially, it affects wicked people. Over the last several years, among a lot of TV ministers who were public, some worldwide, some of these men fell. And it impacted the whole church world. People in those years, in the past several years, from a lot of TV ministers that fell, walked away and never returned back to God. You know why? They had their eyes on TV ministers. People have their eyes today on pastors. They have their eyes on people in ministry. And that will never work. If you follow me for 1 week, you'll have disappointment. I don't cuss. I don't drink. I'm faithful to my wife. A lot of good things in my life I'm thankful for, but I will still fail you because I'm an old sinner saved by grace. Today, please, if you're doing this or have done this today, on this day, get your eyes off of everybody else and put your eyes on Jesus. And the next time you and I fall, as quick as possible, let the wicked people of this world see us, get back up, go on with God, as if we never sinned. Let them see victory where we have failed. Let them see power in our life where that power at one time diminished. It's important today that people of this world not only see righteous people as who we are, being made righteous, but see through our failures and our mistakes, our sins, our wrongdoings, and our falling down, see us get back up with God and go on. After a while, after being righteous for many years, you have a great testimony. You have a great testimony. You can mention time and time again how you failed before God. And time again, the grace of God that was always sufficient. Today you may be a person right now who has fell down before the wicked. And right now you've been accused of Satan. And right now you have no energy to get back up. I want to encourage you right now, just turn your eyes and heart toward heaven and say, God, help me. And please get back up. It's not too late. Get back up today. Fight a good fight. Finish your course and keep the faith. Until next time, from Clark's Chapel Baptist Church, we trust with God's help that you would have wonderful days.